couple of days ago, we got a trio of War for Cybertron Kingdom toys that were dropped on us. We got a first look at Cheetor and his alt mode. We got kind of a half transformed look of Deluxe Warpath, kind of his robot mode, kind of his alt mode, kind of a mess. Didn't really get a good look at him too much. And we got a pretty good shot at the robot mode of Deluxe Blackarachnia, but we had no shot of what her alt mode was going to look like, specifically the Black Widow spider. Today, a image popped up that clearly came from the same source of that of the Cheetor, from either a presentation panel or something with investors, and it looks like we have kind of an indication of what her spider mode is going to look like. And it doesn't surprise me, judging by how the robot mode looked like, we do see very similar indications to that of the original 1996 Blackarachnia toy, or in another case, 1995 Tarantulas mold in transformation. Now, judging by this image, it indicates that how it's going to work more or less is, if you look at her robot mode, the lower crotch area is what I like to call a false chest, if you will, which is, it's not going to be used in the actual alt mode. It's just there to finish the silhouette of the robot mode. While if you look at her lower abdomen, that's where the actual, I guess we'll call it the spider head, really starts. And it's a matter of, she flips up over, tucks away 90% of her body there, and it's a similar transformation to the original Tarantulas, aka Blackarachnia toy from back in the day. If you look carefully, it looks like, it looks like her boobs make up a majority of the front face of the spider, I guess because they just don't know where they could put it in the transformation, so it kind of just folds under there. It's almost kind of comical. It's very similar to how the Legends Blackarachnia that we got in 2013, they also kind of didn't know what to do with the mammary glands, and they kind of just hung off the front of the spider. It looks weird. It looks a little weird, but we've seen a lot of different takes of this character using her show model as a toy, and none of them have really made a perfect spider mode. The Masterpiece being the best example of that, has this huge budget, all these pieces, all this articulation, and it really had to cram everything, as people have quoted me in the past, into the butt, so to speak, into the thorax. And, well, again, it is what it is, but she's one of those characters that I've always felt had a lot of disadvantages just because of how her show model was done, where it was so much of one color and then so much of another in the alt mode that you'd really have to do some, black magic in order to pull this stuff off. But I mean, I still like how it looks in the end, and we all know that we're all going to display it in robot mode anyways. So the fact that it transforms and at least it does half a decent job is good enough. It's the same misgivings that I gave to the Masterpiece, that I love the way the Masterpiece looks. It looks like the show model. So if the spider mode is half as good as it could be, then hey, I'm happy with that. So I like what I see here. I like it a lot. It looks really good. I also have posted in this shot, I did a little bit of editing and kind of articulated the Blackarachnia to make her look how she should be in robot mode, as opposed to her like arms out, like as if she was getting crucified kind of thing. I posted it on my Twitter a couple days ago, and so I'm going to post it here in the segment so people could get a better indication of how she would look posed in robot mode. Obviously, I think I put the shoulders too close in, but I was working with what I got at the time. But yeah, it looks really good. I mean, it doesn't surprise me too much how it looks, and obviously it's a blurry, cropped out image here coming from the same preview, but it is interesting, and hopefully we're going to be getting more drops this week of more stuff. If not, Transformer Tuesday is going to give us something new after we got now Ratchet yesterday. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting, what's going to be unraveling the next couple of days, because the reality is, and I said this before, we were supposed to get a majority of this stuff revealed to us at San Diego Comic-Con. None of that happened. SDCC didn't happen. Hasbro wasn't rushed to get painted prototypes and hand prototypes, test shots, and previews, screenings all put together. So now they had the leisure that they could do this at their own time. But when you have all of that stuff that was normally ready every year for San Diego Comic-Con, now sitting around in factories, now sitting around at the office, presentations that they planned for months now just totally scrapped, someone's going to leak something. And it's kind of a shame from a professional standpoint, but it does benefit the fans because we do get to see something that normally we would have saw months ago, if not for the big V. So this is great stuff. I'm excited. Beast Wars is my jam. I love all Transformers, but Beast Wars stands above it all. So Blackarachnia, bring it on, and I can't wait to see some of the other stuff that we've been teased through Walmart leaks this whole week.